Hi, in today's Byte, you'll learn how to reach your workforce diversity goals in 7 steps. Stay tuned. Workforce diversity, whether it's gender, ethnic, or age diversity, is often linked to stronger organizational performance. Other benefits of workforce diversity are the fact that it drives innovation, creates skill diversity, and that it makes your company more appealing to a broader customer and candidate demographic. But how do you go about building a diverse workforce? First off, you need an actionable, achievable workforce diversity plan. While this may sound simple, it's something that tends to go wrong quite often. If we zoom in on the workforce diversity goals companies are setting, we see that organizations have a tendency of being too vague. Instead, a strong workforce diversity plan includes objectives that are SMART, meaning that they are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. They should look like this. This time next year, we've got a 3% representation of people with a disability. Starting 6 months from now, we'll provide annually cultural awareness training to middle management. By next year, we've launched a collaboration with at least 2 women in tech foundations. In short, creating an actionable workforce diversity plan requires extensive research, collaboration, and a step-by-step implementation. Let's now take a look at those 7 steps. 1. Identify the makeup of your organization. First, you need to know the makeup of your organization in terms of race, gender, age, geography, and so on. Having credible data on the makeup of your organization will help you identify the areas you should focus on and around which your workforce diversity plan can be built. 2. Set the right roles and responsibilities. To ensure that your plan is implemented correctly, it's important that those involved know what to do. In other words, set up explicit action items for everyone from the diversity hiring lead, manager, and recruitment team to all employees, HR, and operations. 3. Look for diverse sourcing channels. This one sounds obvious when you think of it, right? Looking for diverse sourcing channels means using diversity job boards and employee referral solutions, attending diversity job fairs, collaborating with state employment agencies and local meetups, connecting with local universities and schools. 4. Partner with different communities for diverse outreach. If you want your diversity hiring program to be successful, you need to make sure it represents the communities you operate in and that you understand their concerns. How? By partnering with them. 5. Implement bias-free recruiting practices. To achieve your workforce diversity goals, it's important that you implement bias-free recruiting practices using the right technology, language, and communication. Examples include blind interviewing, using diversity-friendly job descriptions by using a tool like Textio, for example, as well as using the same interview questions for every candidate, using diverse sourcing channels to prepare a robust pipeline, or having more minority representations in your hiring team. These can all help to implement bias-free recruiting practices. 6. Provide a discrimination-free workplace. To retain employees from underrepresented communities, it's essential to provide an inclusive workplace that doesn't discriminate. Here are a few tips. Hold bias-free recruitment sessions for managers and recruiters. Include a section on your company's stand on discrimination, harassment, and so on in your employee handbook. Organize training for employees on respect and inclusion, unconscious bias, anti-discrimination, etc. 7. Constantly monitor, evaluate, and optimize your efforts. If you want to know if your diversity and inclusion efforts are working, you need to monitor and evaluate your initiatives. You can do so by employing the following. Quarterly employee satisfaction surveys, monthly one-on-ones with hiring managers, half-yearly meetings with all the stakeholders. Wrapping this up, you need to keep track of your diversity metrics in order to see the effectiveness of the policies. Some of the metrics to keep track of are increased representation of minorities at different levels of the firm, better retention, a decrease in pay disparities between different groups, fewer discrimination complaints, and finally, improved productivity. That's it for today's Byte, in which you've learned how to reach your workforce diversity goals in only 7 steps. For more in-depth information about achieving workforce diversity goals, check out our written article, which you can find in the video description below. Remember to stay up to date with our Learning Bytes by subscribing to our channels, and if you like this video, make sure you like and share it, and I'll see you soon in our next Learning Byte.